two, right?
How many more? And raise a hand if you don't have a salad so we can get a head count. 1, 2, 3.
3. Okay. So you'll get the flavor. Basically, we're talking about a basic vinaigrette. That's nothing fancy. That's something that most people would have on hand. You should have the ingredients of that on hand most of the time. That's oil, that's vinegar, that's the mustard. Nothing exotic about that. So tonight, we had a salad. We put that over it. And tomorrow night, ooh, I hope we don't have another salad, but tomorrow night we have another salad. So you being me, you say, oh, 2 salads, 2 nights in a row. Yuck. What can I do to make this any different? Because this is getting ready to kill me. First thing is, add toppings. Usually when you mix a salad, you can't subtract anything, so what can you add? Chicken. You can buy now pre-cooked chicken. You can cook chicken about as fast as you can go to the store and get pre-cooked chicken, but if all you have is pre-cooked chicken. Pine nuts. Pine nuts are wonderful in salad. If you're ever making pesto, of course you gotta have pine nuts for that. Just give that a little stir if you would before you put it in there. Just, they're wonderful. I keep them around all the time. They last again forever, so I make pesto a lot. I raise a lot of basil and stuff. They will go wonderful on a salad. They do have enough of a flavor to tweak things. Walnuts. You see the big thing now, summer salads, where everybody puts cranberries, oranges, and walnuts. It's like somebody came onto something really big. But basically that's what you had. So what can we do? We could change the salad, or we could change what we put on the salad. We could have the same salad 2 nights in a row and it'd be completely different. We had this left over. I made a lot of this. I put it in my little shaker bottle. I shook it up, I poured it on. So that, okay, that's fine. Yeah, just a little thing for something about already, and then I'm going to switch it up just so we can get a kind of a taste of it. Oh man, killed my record of 2. So I could change this end of it. One thing that's really popular right now, Hispanic, Mexican foods. There's a Mexican restaurant now everywhere. I mean, you get lost in this country anywhere, you find your way to a Mexican restaurant. I love it. I have some friends that just moved here from Veracruz. She taught me a recipe that we're going to make here in a little while that's fantastic. But another thing that really changed, I won't say since I was a kid, because a lot of things changed since I was a kid, but really over the last 10 years. One of the things that's really changed is the availability of foods that you would typically only see in a Latin American setting. Now you can go to your grocery store. I shop in Carrollton. Small. I don't know if anybody's ever been to Carrollton. It's small. It's just a small store. They have a whole aisle now of Mexican Hispanic foods. Lots of great things. Black beans go in so many things. Keep black beans on hand all the time. Switch your kidney beans in your chili for black beans. Fantastic. Love it. So many things. But another thing that they have everywhere now, of course, is salsa and cumin. Cumin is the quintessential flavoring of Mexican food. This just screams Mexican. If you ever cook with cumin, it totally changes everything toward a Mexican Southwest kind of slant. So I have my vinaigrette here, and I'm not going to eat it the same way the next day. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the salad, the plain salad. I'm going to go back. I'm going to sprinkle some black beans over the top of it that I drained, because black beans are awesome. I might put a little chicken on it. So now the salad's sort of changing. Now I'm going to change the topping. It's not even going to resemble what it was the day before. You can put on some roasted red peppers. You can sprinkle a little corn over the top of it. What I'm going to do here is, yeah, I'll try pouring it. What the heck? If I wear it, I wear it. I'm going to add some salsa to this. Exactly that much. Because again, I don't worry about how much of that's in there, because I can always adjust it. I know I can. Then I'm going to add cumin. Bottle of cumin you can buy. This bottle's probably $3, $3.50. Get you a bottle of it. Again, it stays around forever. If you get tired of shaking and it's not coming out, you can pop this little cap on here like that. Easy for me to say. Like that. Then you can just shake it out in your hand. A nice little tip. This happens to me a lot because I tend to be slightly impatient with certain things. I'm going to pop this cap and I'm going to dump it. Oh! So about the 96,112th time that happened to me, I started putting my hand out and putting it in my hand first and then putting it in. That way, when I did do that, it didn't ruin the whole dish. So I'm going to add, that's about half a teaspoon. Cumin's very powerful. In a lot of ways, it's like balsamic vinegar. Watch overdoing it with that, because then you're back into, you add too much cumin to this, now where are you going? You're going to the oil again, because now you're going to have to dilute it. Your main ingredient is your oil. That's your dilution point. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to stir this up a little. So now I have this awesome southwesterny sweet. It's not going to be spicy because I use mild salsa, but if you like spicy, use hot salsa. Spicy, tons of flair dressing that I can put on many different things. Now, I could use this as a dip for tortilla chips, and it'd be fantastic. I could put it over top, I could use it as a taco sauce in my taco. I could use it on a salad. There's so many things I can do with this. People say, look all the time, look outside the box. I'm not inside the box, so I'm not looking outside of it, but I can tell you that if you look around, there's tons of different things you can do with it. Don't just feel like you can only do blank with anything. Nobody's telling you how to do this at your own. So now, how do I know it's going to be good? Because I'm going to try. Just about hit a home run on the first swing right there. But I am going to come back with a little more of this. By the time this gets all said and done, just to give you a reference, there's probably 3 cups in here. If you wanted a starting point, there's probably 3 cups total with everything that's in this bowl right now. 2.5 to 3 cups. I'm going to end up with about 3/4 of a teaspoon of this. So that gives you a reference on it. Then you'll have to tweak it a little bit, but that gives you an idea of where to start. 3 cups, 3/4, good starting point. We're going to go from there. I tell you, sometimes I can't remember where I was. I get so excited. So I'm going to add a little bit more of this. This is going to come along really well. Now, anytime you add other ingredients, especially like in this case salsa, you tend to find that your separation takes longer to happen. So, you're coming to dinner at my house. I'm going to make this dressing. I made a regular vinaigrette. It started settling immediately. Literally before I stopped talking, it started settling. This will stay emulsified for a lot longer because now I've changed the base into it. I've added different liquids to it, and I've started to cut down on the amount of oil in it. Anytime I add anything non-oil to it, now I'm cutting down the ratio of oil to other ingredients. So now it's going to take more time before it starts to separate again. So if you're coming and it's a half hour from now, I'm probably just going to leave it out. That's the other thing too, I'll touch on real quick. The refrigerator keeps things. The refrigerator is designed to keep food. I don't put food in the refrigerator that I'm going to be pulling out in 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Meat is a perfect example. I have an old saying, and I've said this in every single class that I think I've ever taught. Never cook cold meat. You want bad meat, cook cold meat. You want a tough steak, cook it when you pull it out of the refrigerator. God forbid you pull one out of the freezer and cook it. Because I know people that do this, especially with chicken. Oh, I can go from freezer to cooking. Sure you can, if that's what you want to eat. Shoot leather, because that's what it's going to be. Never cook cold meat. Meat comes out of the fridge, you set it, it comes to room temperature. Now, I'm not saying let it sit there all day and get, I don't know what the word is, bad. I mean, it's probably going to pick up something along the way. Let it come to room temperature. When you put that on your grill or in your oven, it's only going from here. This is the temperature scale. This is high, this is frozen. So it's here. It's only going from here to here. If I try and force this to go from here to here, I'm asking for bad results. I'm saying, please be bad, because that's what I did. I treated you bad, so you're going to turn out bad. If I don't treat that the right way, it's going to be bad, and it should be. Let your meat set out, get it to room temperature, then cook it. You'll find your meat quality is fantastic. Way better than it was when you were trying to cook whole meat. So that's my big, I don't preach on a whole lot of things, but don't cook whole meat. That's my preaching for today. So here we go, one last one. Awesome. So now we are going to go around with this big bowl. I assume we're going to need some more lettuce. And I'm going to show you how this changed just by adding 2 ingredients. I'm going to drip it everywhere. But then when I'm not dripping it everywhere, I'm going to bring it around. And you're going to see how the whole complexion of this changed just with 2 ingredients. Somebody's going to say, that's not possible.